CM Punk says he hopes to be cleared as soon as next week following his interference in the main event of Clash at the Castle, costing Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight Championship. Speaking of that main event, Wade Barrett was furious after the show last night, saying CM Punk needs to be fired, taking shots at not only Punk but also Triple H. Buddy Matthews is taken out by the patriarchy last night on AEW Collision. Dante Martin qualifies for the TNT Championship ladder match at Forbidden Door. More details on the impending debut of the Uncle Howdy faction, plus Konosuke Takeshita has been announced for the New Japan G1 Climax. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about CM Punk. He was the name on many people's lips last night after his interference in the World Heavyweight Championship main event between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, costing McIntyre the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, making a surprise appearance at the post-show press conference for Clash at the Castle, CM Punk stopped by to answer a few questions. Now, one of the questions Punk was asked was whether he could provide an update on his injury status. Now, CM Punk noted that maybe he shouldn't be sharing his plan, but said that he had gotten a special schedule approved for next week. Punk would go on to say that he had been approved to skip Monday Night Raw in Corpus Christi, Texas on Monday in order to go home to Chicago and see his doctors. Now, since SmackDown is set for Chicago this week, his plan is to hopefully get medically cleared by his doctors and then report back the good news on Friday, June 21st episode of SmackDown on Fox. Now, CM Punk would go on to say that as long as there is air in his lungs, he promises that Drew McIntyre would never be a champion again. He would also field a question regarding what it is like to be back in WWE, to which he said he could only sum up easily in the end as magic. Now, as far as Punk's interference last night in the main event, well, Wade Barrett wasn't happy and was actually pretty furious on the post-show after Clash at the Castle. Now, on the post-show panel, Wade Barrett said the following quotes: "This was the biggest screw job in history. It's just beaten Bret Hart. This is the new number one. There is a huge shadow cast upon this entire industry thanks to the actions of CM Punk. CM Punk needs to be fired by WWE management. For once, show some balls. Do what you're supposed to do. This is a guy who is not medically cleared to be in contact with any wrestler. He has now materially affected the outcome of 2 heavyweight championship matches. You guys need to do something about it. Restore some honor, some integrity to this industry." Now, he continued on, Wade Barrett, by continuing his rants not only against CM Punk but also about Triple H. Barrett was still fired up as the post-show threw back to the panel, saying, quotes, "To have the leader of this industry, the leader of WWE, a man who I have consistently respected, Triple H, come out and answer these issues with quotes like, 'I'm happy to have Phil Brooks back. This is the Phil Brooks I want to see. Thrilled and excited to work with him. And here's the real kicker. Thank you, CM Punk, for helping change the culture behind the scenes at WWE. I cannot respect any of that. That is nonsense. The man is poison. It's BS." Now, Jackie Redmond, however, made sure to clarify on behalf of she and Big E that they didn't really share the same heated sentiments that Barrett did. The broadcast came close shortly thereafter, as it seems perhaps WWE is maybe teasing an interaction between CM Punk and Wade Barrett. Of course, Barrett is the commentator on SmackDown on Friday, so possibly with Punk being there in Chicago, we could maybe see an interaction between Punk and Wade Barrett this coming Friday on SmackDown. So what did you make of Punk's comments? What did you make of Wade Barrett's performance during the post-show press conference? And do you think this is going to be leading to something that happens Friday night on SmackDown? Now, Buddy Matthews, he was taken out last night on AEW Collision. Saturday marked the 1-year anniversary of AEW Collision, and to celebrate, the Bang Bang Gang faced off against fellow Collision regulars, the House of Black, in the main event. Late in the match, Buddy Matthews appeared to hurt his knee performing a Meteora on Juice Robinson. As the show was coming back from picture-in-picture, Matthews was helped to the back. Brody King and Malachi Black continued the match in a 3-on-2 situation and were able to get the win thanks to some timely interference from Pac. Now, after the match, a video of the patriarchy began to play. Christian Cage congratulated the House of Black on becoming number 1 contenders for the Unified World Trios Championships, but said there's only one problem. You're not a trio anymore. The camera panned down to show a chair in Cage's hand, and Matthews laid out on the other chair, seemingly the victim of a concerto. Now, earlier in the evening, Cage had teased the patriarchy themselves chasing the trio's titles. Whether Matthews' injury is legitimate or how bad it may be, we'll have to wait and see. That's kind of unknown at the time of this recording. But the segment certainly seemed designed to write Matthews off of AEW programming, or at the very least set up a feud between the patriarchy and the House of Black, and possibly that's going to involve the Bang Bang Gang too. Now, the TNT Championship match at Forbidden Door just became much more clearer, and actually two upcoming angles with major title implications inch closer to fruition on Saturday's episode of AEW Collision. First, Top Flight member Dante Martin defeated Shane Taylor Promotions' Lee Moriarty to qualify for the TNT Championship ladder match at the AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 30 on Long Island in New York. The match was necessitated when the TNT Championship had to be vacated following the serious injury to then champion Adam Copeland suffered at Double or Nothing against the aforementioned Malachi Black. While the total number of participants in the ladder match has yet to be revealed, Martin was the fourth to qualify, joining Konosuke Takeshita, Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe, and this newfound Elite member Jack Perry. Now, it wasn't the only declaration, and actually, I guess, continuation of something that could have title implications, because later on in the broadcast, a video package aired featuring former three-time AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida, who announced that she has officially entered the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament. Shida is the fifth woman to enter the women's tournament, joining Saraya, who announced as a participant on Wednesday's AEW Dynamite, Chris Statlander, Mariah May, and last year's winner, former TBS champion Willow Nightingale. Of course, this year, the winner of the Owen earns a World Championship match at AEW All In, which will take place at Wembley Stadium in August. Shida's third and most recent Women's World title reign ended at All In 2023 last year. She hasn't wrestled an AEW match since January, though she has made 2 appearances on Ring of Honor on Honor Club. Only 3 wrestlers have declared for the Men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament, most notably, of course, Bryan Danielson, who was the first to do so. Former AEW Trios champion Pac and New Japan Pro Wrestling star Shingo Takagi have both announced their participation on Dynamite this week. So who are your early picks when it comes to the men's and women's tournaments for the Owen this year? Now, a big update when it comes to the Uncle Howdy Bray Wyatt-inspired stable that's coming to WWE television. The new Wyatt family-based stable is coming soon, as has been hinted at on WWE television. Now, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Dexter Lumis, and Eric Rowan are all expected to be a part of the group, with additional pieces that they haven't quite confirmed just yet. Now, Rowan was re-signed recently and was at the WWE Performance Center preparing for his return. Of course, Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, has remained under contract since 2022, when he was brought back under the Uncle Howdy persona as part of Bray Wyatt's last run in the company before his untimely passing. Dexter Lumis has been off television for over a year, and Fightful say they've simply been told he wasn't injured whenever they would ask about his status. They just had nothing for him at the time. Now, Fightful say they've asked around about the upcoming stable and how it will play. And quite interestingly, they've been told that it's obviously been in the works for quite some time, and that WWE thinks there's a real chance this will work with modern wrestling. Now, there were hints in Bray Wyatt's documentary that they needed to do something that would make Bray proud. In addition, a heavy talking point was that it was often difficult to make Fiend and Wyatt programs work in the ring. And sources in WWE that Fightful Select spoke to at least claimed that wouldn't be an issue, as there doesn't appear to be supernatural elements as currently planned and presented. Now, the last time Fightful asked, Uncle Howdy was slated to be a part of the group. There was also Mercy the Buzzard, Husker's Pig, and the White Rabbit discussed, though a lot of the visuals surrounding the group are being kept very close to the vest right now. The stable has been teased since the beginning of April, when it was confirmed at the end of Bray Wyatt's documentary that there was these teases were referencing Bo Dallas's upcoming return to WWE television. Now, the stable was planned even months prior, and a lot of work reportedly has gone into costumes that were created for the group. Now, for those wondering, well, you didn't mention this name, you didn't mention that name, such as Joe Gacy or Alexa Bliss, the omission from this article, according to Fightful Select, doesn't necessarily mean they won't be involved, so there certainly could be more people involved that just haven't been named right now. And finally, a bit of an interesting story developing today. Konosuke Takeshita is going to be part of the G1 Climax tournament for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, following his IWGP World Heavyweight title eliminator match, AEW star Konosuke Takeshita has been announced for the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 34 tournament. At Double or Nothing, John Moxley, the AEW star who is the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Takeshita in a championship eliminator match. Now, ahead of the bout, various reports indicated that the match was not an official title bout due to Takeshita being a wrestler for rival Japanese promotion DDT Pro. However, it seems like the AEW star's association with DDT did not prevent him from entering the top tournament in New Japan Pro Wrestling. At the June 16 New Japan Seoul event, New Japan announced the lineup for the G1 Climax 34 tournament. Representing AEW, Konosuke Takeshita was announced for the B block of the round-robin tournament. Alongside names like David Finlay, Yota Tsuji, Jeff Cobb, and more, Takeshita will compete in the 20-men 2-block tournament that is set to begin on July 20 and July 21st. So certainly, again, very interesting stuff. And what do you think is going to happen with Konosuke Takeshita? What do you think is going to happen? And do you think he could possibly get more involved in New Japan Pro Wrestling as the tournament continues? Let me know your thoughts about that one as well. But there you go, guys. This latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.